Hello everybody, what's up, what's going on, and welcome to the 92nd episode of Raptors of One. So today we're going to talk about the Raptors performance in the Summer League in Las Vegas. There were three players that stood out to me, and I gotta say, that's about it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So the Raptors performance at the Summer League, I gotta say, has been underwhelming. Yeah, it's not impressive, slightly concerning, but maybe some other people might think that I'm not reacting enough, but I really am not that concerned. I'm a tad bit concerned, but not that much, not really that much, especially because the three players that I'm following and that I was hopeful for, I still am, to a certain degree. At least we got one win in the Summer League games. And, at least we are 1-5. At least we didn't do as bad as the Golden State Warriors did. Because they're 0-5, baby. And so at least we're not at the bottom. We're not at the complete bottom. But at least we got a win. So the first of the three players that I want to talk about, obviously in order of importance, Moses Brown. So I was very surprised to find out that we were able to pick up Moses Brown for our Summer League roster. And interestingly enough, we've been trying to get this guy. And when I say we, the front office of the Raptors have been trying to get this guy for the past 2 seasons. We finally got this guy, and to commit for the Summer League now. It's unfortunate because there is a lot of potential in this guy, and I feel like, he would have been a good addition had our center position already not been so log-jammed with a lot of players at the center position. I.e., we already signed up Jakob, so he's the starter. Then we got Chris Boucher, who's on the books at the moment, unless he gets traded off, which I highly doubt. You know what? I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say highly doubt, because you never know. Then you got Precious, who could play at that position as well, and you got Christian Koloko. So that's a lot of players at the center position. So I kind of don't see us signing Moses Brown, and even if we do, maybe at like a 2-way contract, maybe. That's a hard maybe. I think we just picked him up for the summer roster. Nonetheless, his performances didn't necessarily stand out like crazy, but for the center position, being that big center, I think, and especially for the rim protection, I think he definitely had some up. I liked what I saw. I'm not gonna say I was impressed, where I could be like, yeah, let's get him let's get him a contract. Let's get him an NBA contract. No, maybe a 2-way contract. But man definitely put on some size from the last 2 seasons, from what I've seen. So that's definitely a plus, especially for his position. Needless to say, we're probably not picking up Moses Brown. So if there are a lot of Moses Brown fans out there, guess what? It's not happening. Moses is not being signed on. Then again, I know crazier things have happened and crazier contracts have been signed and initiated, but it's going to be very hard to see this one. The next rookie I want to talk about, who had a good performance, Grady Dick. So he was our 13th pick on the first round, and I got to say there was a lot of hype around him, especially by the Raptors fans. I guess like when we picked him up, I remember seeing this video where Bobby was like, oh, I hit the jackpot. Grady Dick, I can't believe he fell on the 13th. Well, when I see his performance in the Summer League, he had a rough start and he was inconsistent. But there was a lot of positives that I did see. And I like how, at least at the Summer League level, against other rookies and some sophomores, I gotta say, I like how he has a feel for the game. He definitely has some IQ, 100%. Some. Not at the NBA level just yet, but I feel like he's gonna be a quick learner. So that's one plus right there. Quick learner. I also like for somebody who came in to the draft and to the organization, he was picked up as a sharpshooter. He's not just a sharpshooter. He makes the right cuts, not too many, but when he does, he makes the right cuts, and he can finish at the rim. And he has the size to do all of that. I feel like when I say size, I want to clarify his length. I think he still needs to put on a little bit of muscle, a little bit of size to be competitive at that, shooting guard / small forward position there. I feel like he could flirt with both of those positions, and that's a skill set to have, 100%. He definitely, I feel like he is a sharpshooter. I would like to see his release to be a tad bit quicker than it already is. And when I say that, I envision him having like a Kyle Korver kind of release. It's only because I see the way he runs through screens and how he gets himself open, his release and everything. It reminds me so much of Kyle Korver that I feel like if he wants to get in some work in the off season, and if Kyle Korver has some camps or something going on, contact him and be like, yo, what's up, Kyle? I want to design my shooting and my shooting style and my game after you. That would be a huge plus for the Raptors because we are hurting in the perimeter shooting. So, did I get caught up in the hype for Grady Dick? No, I really didn't. I'm being honest here. From day one, I didn't see the hype in him. I saw his highlights. I was like, okay, all right. There's something there. But we all know that, and if you've been watching my episodes from my previous analysis of the rookies, especially Scotty Barnes, I didn't get caught up in the hype to begin with. Once I started seeing his games and I saw how it translated into the NBA, that's when I started to really get caught up. And I'm still high on the Scotty Barnes train, that's for sure. Now the next rookie that I'm really supporting, I'm rooting for this guy. And if you've seen my previous episode, you know who I'm talking about. None other than our own Mighty Mouse, 5'7", Markquis Nowell from Kansas State. That's right. So, Mr. New York City himself, I'm actually looking forward to this guy. I want to see how he does on the big stage. And I feel like after seeing his games, yes, the consistency level isn't necessarily there, but keep in mind, ladies and gents, he's still a rookie. But he's got that one thing that I really love, especially for a guy of his size and going undrafted. Yes, there are parallels already drawn to VanVleet, but there's something I see in him that I didn't see in VanVleet's rookie years. And that is his vision and his feel for the game already. And the kind of competitiveness he has, I feel like VanVleet had it, but not as much as Markquis does. And, I know I'm going to get flack for this, but at least that's what my eyes see. And that's what I see from experience. And when I see Fred's rookie campaign, sophomore campaign, and when I see Markquis's, again, I get it. He hasn't played at the big stage just yet, but I see that dog in him. He's got that dog. And on top of that, the feel that he has for the game already, the IQ that he has, and his shooting stroke, it's actually pretty good for a rookie, for an undrafted rookie, for an undersized rookie. Man, I am looking forward to seeing this kid play. And I think he's going to ball. If he keeps having this dog and he keeps having that work ethic, being the first in the gym, first in, last out, man, I can see him carving himself a position even in the starting lineup, 100%, because right now the Raptors are hurting at the point level. You can say, oh yeah, we signed Dennis Schroeder on, and he's a proven vet. Yeah, 100%. But I don't think he's necessarily known for his ball movement, and his IQ is also kind of questionable. I'm not saying he doesn't have the IQ, but for somebody who's a point guard who needs to see the floor, who needs to feed his teammates, I think that's one facet of his game that he's lacking. Not a lot. He's still pretty decent. But it's not what the Raptors need right now. We need somebody who's willing to, set the table, dish it out, and when needed, come up big by making those big shots. Kind of like we do have. I'm not gonna jump to the conclusion that we got our VanVleet replacement, because I think Mr. New York City still needs to, put in that time, put in that effort to get to that VanVleet level. But I feel like he can get up to that level, barring any injuries. I think he can get to VanVleet's status a lot quicker than VanVleet got to there himself. Now, the reason why he has this is because we're already hurting at the point guard level, at the point guard position. We got Dennis Schroeder, we got Jeff Doughton, we got Markquis. Wow. None of them are Lowry. So when Fred came into our situation, at the best, he could have been a backup point guard to Kyle Lowry, which is why his development kind of took a little longer than it may have if VanVleet was in our situation at the moment. So, good on Markquis. I think he can crack the starting position. He may have to switch, switch in the lineup based on the, based on the matchups, really. Especially because if you're going to go against bigger guards like Malcolm Brogdon or Drew Holiday, who are known for the defense, especially at their positions, hell, I think if he's going to go up even against somebody like Kyle Lowry, he's going to learn a lot. And these years now that the Raptors squad is in right now, this is going to be like growing pains for the Raptors, even the fan base. So I think the fans shouldn't expect too much out of this squad, maybe for another 2-3 years, especially because there's a lot of talk about some moves still going to happen. Especially like how Pascal's name is still being thrown out there. How teams are still interested in Pascal and trying to acquire him, even if it's for 1 year. So anything can happen. And I do like the recent rumors that have been circulating about how the Raptors front office is looking into getting perhaps Tyler Herro in a 3-team trade that involves Blazers, Raptors, and Miami Heat. So I guess Miami's still trying to figure out how to get Damian on their squad while keeping the core of Jimmy and Bam. So that's going to be something interesting and something to keep an eye out for. I feel like if the Raptors can get Tyler Herro, let's do it, man. Let's get Tyler Herro. I just feel, of course, we know that there's going to be a cost. There's going to be a price on that, and quite honestly, I have to look at the trade machine, see what I can figure out. I'll maybe put a short on it and see what we can get, how we can get Tyler Herro in this 3-team trade and still keep some of the key players. But I feel like Pascal is going to be a part of that solution, because we ain't getting Tyler Herro, and the Blazers, they're going to want something in return, kind of like a Pascal. But then, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out in the trade machine. I'm going to put it in one of my shorts. But yeah, we'll see. I'm actually excited to get Tyler Herro, especially if we can surround Scotty and Grady with Tyler Herro, especially Tyler Herro. Grady Dick can even tailor his game after Tyler Herro's game. That would be amazing. Anyway, that's all I got for today, folks. Again, if you like the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out my other content, of course. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and hit the comment section. But of course, keep it respectful. Until next time, I'm out.